What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Saving Men's Lives Network. And today I got a treat for you. This young woman here, this young black woman, who in my estimation is above average in looks as far as her attractiveness, but she's got an issue. She's mad at nerdy black guys for ignoring her and going straight to white women. So you know what? I'm gonna let her say what she got to say, because half of me wants to critique her grievance to see if it holds any water, and the other half of me wants to see this because she got some big old tit.
I look crazy, yes. I've been outside pretty much the entire day finishing my yard project, so I'm almost done. But as I'm on the way to the home improvement store to pick up a few more things, I'm listening to I guess you could say a podcast, but it's not really a podcast. But I'm listening, and the same narrative of Black women don't like the nerdy black guys. It's a narrative that Black men have stuck to since, oh my God, it's been a long time. And every time it's debunked, it comes back. It's somehow something that Black men want to stick to. But this time there was a truth that came out. It said, Black men are never really appreciated by Black women, by all the bad Black women. And, with bad, when they're talking about, Instagram baddies and stuff like that, all the bad Black women. So they go.
Okay, yeah, I see where this is going. See, the first problem she's got is calling it a narrative as opposed to calling it many black men's lived experience, many black men's actual memories of what happened to them and to their friends. See, what a lot of guys, and it's not just in our community, because I had white friends who were into stuff like Dungeons and Dragons and, other things of that nature, Star Trek, Star Wars. I wasn't into Dungeons and Dragons, but I did like the other stuff, comic books as well, and anime. And thankfully I had people's skills, but a lot of those guys struggle with that. And it was difficult for them to get the attention of the girls they really wanted. And yes, men want the bad chicks, obviously, because we are visual creatures. But at the exact same time, these guys were so touch-starved, they'd have took pretty much anything. Any female that showed them any kind of piece of a crumb of interest, them guys would have been on it. True story. Thankfully, I had better luck with that. I appreciate it, and I'm not taking it for granted. But a lot of these guys, again, really struggle with that. And again, the girls who fit that profile, we know who they wanted back in school. They wanted the jocks. They wanted the dope boys. They wanted Pookie and Ray Ray. These guys had money. They had status. They had cars. They had clout. If they were athletes, they had access to the weight room. So they had muscles too. Some of those guys had hella high testosterone, facial hair, and some more shit. Come on, man. Let's not pretend this didn't actually happen from sea to shining sea at high schools across this country. Probably up in Canada and across over there in the UK too. Shout out to my guys across the seas and above the northern border. But come on, mama. You know for a fact you were in them locker rooms. You heard them girls talking, and you therefore know who they were talking about. They weren't talking about the guys who were making the honor roll. They're talking about the guys who barely came to class. The guys who gave y'all's clitorises the tingles. The kind of guys that y'all's parents would have never approved of if given the opportunity to choose them for you.
Instagram baddies and stuff like that. All the bad Black women. So they go to white women. White women are always the go-to for some reason, as if that's the only group of women other than Black women on the face of the earth. But also, if I look at just non-Black women in general, what I notice is that, particularly with white women from Black men, there's a +1. And I'm starting to see this now with Black women too. Non-Black people get a +1. And by what I mean by +1 is that what you would not tolerate from Black people, you now go to non-Black people and you easily would be like, okay, yeah, this is fine because you give them a +1. And so I'm like, as someone who's only like the nerdy Black guys, only dated the nerdy Black guys, and a lot of times they would be talking, and if you close your eyes, it's like you're listening to a reincarnated slave master. That's how much they normally hate black women and children and other black men.
Okay, so the only way I can see that even being a real thing is if that black guy she's talking about, who was a nerd in school, who's got his shit together today, was bullied by the thug type black dude. And if he was completely abandoned and ignored by the black chicks he tried to holler at, and he's got a grudge. That's possible. It's kind of fucked up if that's real, but okay, fine. But about this whole +1 thing, I've been saying for years, for black men, if you're gonna date outside of your race, the least you can do is pick the kind of woman of race X that the men of her race would want to be with. Don't take their garbage, guys. Don't take these white women or Asian or whoever, and it's the big bellies, the big backs. No, you don't want those.
But again, I'm like this narrative that black women don't like nerds like we do, especially as nerdy girls. We have always liked you. We actually prefer you. But we're not the baddies.
I call cap. This woman is attractive, light skinned, and you already know, if you know anything about our community, what that particular aesthetic all by itself can do in terms of how many guys want to get with a chick. This girl has enormous titties, a detail that wouldn't have gone unnoticed in high school or college. You're telling me there was a guy at her school who was seen by the other girls at that school as nerdy, that she liked him, and she never made a move, never made her interest known, and just let that dude slip through her fingers while he went off to a white... Seriously. She expects us to believe that women who look like her, who are built like her, who like dudes, according to her, who are nerdy, but they don't like the other type dude, that they don't give all their attention and the best years and the best version of their figure to the dudes who play stick-up kid and worse. Nah, bro. Miss me with that bullshit.
But you'll go to, and this is no disrespect to white women at all, you'll go to a mediocre white woman. Like white women get to just exist. They don't need to be bad. They don't need to have the greatest bodies. They don't need to be made up and look like they're on a cover of a magazine. They just get to exist. All their flaws and all. And then as a black man to a black woman, you expect that black woman to be perfect. To be perfect. She needs to have the perfect body. She needs to have the perfect hair, perfect skin, all of these things.
This is sad, man. Because men are far less picky than women. And it's not even close. Black men even less so. Because unfortunately, our reputation precedes us in that we'll take the trash other societies throw out. Unfortunately, our standards are the lowest of the totem pole. And it's not that men want perfection from women because we can't give it to you. We can't give perfection. How foolish would it be to expect it? No. What men want is cooperation. Submissiveness, if you want to go that far, but you guys are scared of that word. What we really want is a woman who's down for us, who's attractive enough to cause us to have multiple erections throughout our lifetime, someone who's sexually available to us, who don't mind cooking us a meal and not thinking of it as you being oppressed and you being objectified, because truth be told, with them big ass titties you got poking out, nobody can objectify a woman better than she can objectify herself. On top of that, we don't expect any woman from any society to just show up. No, we have expectations too. There's things we want too, but what we want from you all hardly ever costs you a dime. Maybe some time. Maybe you paying attention to what it is that we like, what we said in conversation before that we said we enjoy, and you remembering it and doing it. But it's nothing like what y'all want from us. It takes a man years to build up his fortune, his physique, his interpersonal skills, aka his swagger. This shit don't happen overnight. What the fuck we talking about?
And I was like, that's what it is. But black women still get blamed. But it's that you couldn't have the most beautiful black woman. You couldn't have the black woman that was a baddie. So all of a sudden, black women are horrible. And no black woman wants you. But you'll look at us regular girls, us everyday black girls, and you'll say, no. We're damn near chasing you, and you're no. But then you'll go be with a white woman, and you'll say, these are the only women that wanted me.
Again, who thinks this woman, who looks like she looks, who's built like she's built, went to those guys, put herself in position, made it unequivocally known that she was interested, dropping hella choosing signals because, again, nerdy guys are notoriously socially inept in most cases. They're not bad guys, they're just not clued in and they're not very socially calibrated. Who wants to believe this account of hers that she let these guys know she was interested and they just looked at her and said, nah, I want to give you some of this pussy. No, I don't want it. Really? What teenage boy who's nerdy with a woman like this who's at least a triple D is going to turn that down? Put his name down in the comment section you went to high school with. I want to see it.
Really? Or is it that the black women you wanted did not want you? And the black women that wanted you, you did not want them. You didn't want them. Because there's a guy, Justin Scott, on this app and on the social media that black women, and I thought I was the only one, we were fawning all over this man, okay? And he's the kind of black man that black men tried to say that we don't want. No. He has a fan base, okay? No disrespect to his wife or the woman in his life. As black women that, as a member of the black women that like the nerdy black men, we're not being disrespectful. But your husband is that guy. Yes, Justin Scott is that guy. I've been listening to him every day since I found him. He is that guy. But I thought I was the only one until I looked at the comments and they were like, yeah, I had to search and make sure to see if he was taken. That's how much black women love the nerdy, awkward black man.
I don't have a clue who Justin Scott is, but the fact that she knows who he is means the man has obviously got some social media clout. Women love clout. They love thrills. They love the tingles. And they love a man who has pre-selection. Because she said, her and the other chicks in the comment section looking all through his socials, trying to find his female. They found her, so they peeled back. But my thing is, does she not remember when nerdy guys tried to approach these girls that they like and got the nuclear rejection? Don't talk to me. Who you think you are? That type stuff. Does she not remember that? Did she skip school all those days? Come on, man. Some dude on the internet with social media followers and pre-selection does not meet the standard of what high school cats and a lot of underclassmen in college go through, trying to get the girl they want and like. But they'll take what they can get because men aren't as picky as women. We've already covered that. The hell is she talking?
That's how much we like them. That we went searching to make sure that if he was taken, or we would have flooded this man's DMs. But you keep saying that, and I'm sure like his wife is very much just like him. And I saw this growing up too, and I'm going to close with this. I saw this growing up. A lot of the nerdy black men, they wanted the baddies. And I guess I could go to like similar like Ari Fletcher or something like that. They wanted the baddies. And normally those girls dated their counterparts. Usually they were the street dudes that had the chains and everything, which they went well together. I'm like that. I never wanted a street dude, so I'm like, they go well together. But the nerdy black guy did not want his counterpart. Then he'll go to an awkward, nerdy white woman and say, this is the only woman that wanted me. That's disingenuous, sir.
Guys, if you've been here a while, you've heard it all before. We've heard that girls like nerdy guys, girls like nice guys, girls like dad bods, so forth and so on. And when you say things like this, especially if you're anywhere near remotely attractive and or if you got anything close to a nice body, and you say things like that, there are so many guys, again, who are so touch-starved, who are so starved for intimacy, who's for some of them guys, it's been years since they were last in bed with a woman, that this kind of thing tickles their ears. It's their dream come true. But the truth is, women won't tell you the other half of the story. They like nerds if that nerd is attractive. They like nerds if that nerd is Michael B. Jordan. See, Michael B. Jordan can like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And watching anime all he wants. He's a handsome guy he's a man with extreme amounts of clout. and several tens of millions of dollars in net worth. Come on, man. They won't tell you the other half. They want the nerd they're attracted to. Any nerd won't do. Because I promise you, if a guy who meets the nerd profile walks up to her with a dozen roses in his hand and pours his heart out to her and says, I'm your guy, take me, she'll laugh in his face. Look, I don't know this lady. I don't know her story. But I do know this. There's probably a guy in her past, very recent, who she saw for the first time since school, and dude had a hell of a glow up. They laughed at him in school. They probably bullied him in school. But my man kept his head down. He kept his nose to the grindstone. He probably got in that gym, threw some weight around, swole up, and now he's doing his thing. But he remembers how he was talked to. He remembers how he was treated. And he's like, you know what? I met a chick who happens to be white or Latina or Asian, and she saw me when all y'all saw was a target, and I latched on to her, which of course puts you out in the cold. Women don't like rejection, guys. They hate it. They're not built for it. They can't take it. So yeah, her feelings are hurt. And I don't wish no harm on her. I don't wish no bad on this lady. I hope she find a dude who likes the same stuff she likes and wears bottle cap glasses, and they have a bunch of glasses and braces wearing kids one day. Hope so. But that's all I got for now, man. That's my time. Like the video? Comment down below. Share with a friend and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Never let your brother suffer in silence when the truth can set him free. Networkers, we working. Until next time.